how should we think about moving from one era to another? Should we think of this as, I mean, it is the end of an Elizabethan era. We're moving into an era led by Charles III. Will it feel different? Will things look different? Will Britain be different?
Absolutely. Everything will feel different. I mean, there is just the simple things of saying God save the king instead of God save the queen, His Majesty's government instead of Her Majesty's government. So just the simple things, the stamps will change. Just, little things will be very, very different, but it will feel different. There will be a change in tone. And I think it is significant, perhaps, that the Queen's passing has come at a challenging time for us internationally and globally. And so there is so much in shift. Even the Prime Minister, again, as you were just kind of noting, has only been in office for 48 hours. So we've got this massive shift in multiple ways all at the same time. So I feel like this will be very kind of discombobulating, perhaps, for the British people, but also for the world, again, who has been kind of, known Elizabeth II as this great kind of constant in times of change. So it will feel different. There will be a change in tone and feel, even though we've become accustomed, we're very familiar with the Prince of Wales. He had been carrying out more and more of the Queen's duties as she became unable to, carry them out because of her mobility issues. It's not that he's an unfamiliar face, but that change in tone from this long-serving female monarch to this new male monarch, it will not strike a note of change indeed.
It's very fascinating, Ellie. And as we've been saying, change also when we have a new prime minister coming in. Talk to us about what this means for the relationship from the monarch to politics. Of course, Queen Elizabeth was always very careful with that boundary, not to step out of it. We've, of course, heard Charles make comments in the past. He has very passionate topics such as climate change. Does that role change at all? Of course, the prime minister seeking counsel in the monarchy throughout history.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things that is always difficult to know, and obviously series like The Crown has kind of tried to fill out, if you like, what happens in those conversations between the monarch and the prime minister. We never know, what goes on behind closed doors or how much counsel the monarch gives. Of course, the monarch is meant to be apolitical, that they are meant to be, again, this constant, that politics change, parties go in and out of power, but the monarchy remains apolitical and it remains, again, a kind of neutral force in the whole kind of political mechanism. Charles has been it's been commented in the past that he has very strong opinions on things, and as Prince of Wales, he often made those opinions known. Now, I think as king, and he has said himself that he's, I think he famously said he's not stupid, that he is very aware of the fact that part of his role as King Charles will be to step apart from the political fray, to, again, provide that continuity without contributing, perhaps, to that. But he does have very clear feelings, particularly about things like the environment, for example, about architecture, etc., that have been made known. So again, as king, I think he will be more reticent, if you like, about sharing those opinions. But again, that's already public currency, that we are aware of how he feels and where his stand is on several major issues.